This is Hino's Sport, bringing you that heat and that far. We keeping a foot on the what? On the next. We keeping a foot on the what? On the next. Now let's get on to it, man. I know it's been a few days. Hino's Sport had to enjoy his Labor Day. So let's get on to it, man. Hear me? Hear me? Wow. Let's get on to it, man. Errol the True Spence is going to Danny Garcia's Cherry Part 26. Man, did you guys see that interview? PBC with Errol the True Spence and Danny Garcia. It was very clear which fighter is going to win the fight. See, what people have to understand is boxing is 80% mental and 20% physical. Let me say it again. Boxing is 80% mental and 20% physical. The bottom line is this. You have to look at both fighters and you have to look at their body language. One fighter speaking the language. What is the language he's speaking? He basically is eating, breathing, living the boxing gym. He's sleeping in the damn ring. He's doing his thing. For those that sat here and said, well, Errol the True Spence need Blu-ray. You need Blu-ray. You need to get back with Blu-ray. You need to get back with Blu-ray. Well, here's the bottom line. Unless it's coming out of Errol Spence, unless it's coming out of Derrick James, and unless it's coming out of Errol Spence Sr., I would just basically say, take that shit with a grain of salt. Let me say it again. Unless it's coming from Errol Spence, unless it's coming from Derrick James, unless it's coming from Errol Spence Sr., like salt, I would take it with a grain of salt. Here's the cold-hearted, here's the unadulterated, and here's the cutthroat truth-telling fashion. All Blu-ray did was clout chase. And people fell for it. I can't believe media folks fell for this fuck shit. How can you sit here and fall for somebody's clout chasing on the fact that Errol the Truth Spence is actually doing what he's supposed to? He said it in the interview. That interview would have been the interview that he would have basically stated that, yes, I'm back with the strength and conditioning coach. None like that was uttered. All he said was, I'm eating, I'm breathing, and I'm living this boxing shit. See, that's old school stuff. That's that stuff that Marvin Hagler was talking about. When Marvin Hagler said, strength and conditioning coach, what the fuck is that? We eat, we live, and we sleep in the boxing ring. Let me say it again. Strength and conditioning coach. What the fuck is that? We eat, we live, and we sleep in the boxing ring. That's what Errol the True Spence is doing. You guys need to start putting respect on this man's name. This guy's actually realized from the car crash that he had a second turn at this. He had a second chance at this. So now he's taking his craft very seriously. This poses danger for the likes of a Danny Garcia. This is why come November 21st, he's getting his cherry in the damn ring. It poses danger for the likes of Manny Pacquiao, who's going to be regressing to AARP retirement Pac-Man style when Errol the True Spence gets a hold of him via Free Smoke Jr. style. And this is going to make Terrence Bud Crawford look like the Chihuahua barking behind the damn fence when Errol the True Spence gets a hold of his ass. Remember, line them up Free Smoke Jr. style. Danny Garcia first, Manny Pacquiao second, Terrence Bud Crawford third. But what was prevalent about the interview was the fact that Errol the True Spence said Danny Garcia has one gear. Things that make you say, Things that make you say, There's a reason why he said Danny Garcia has one gear. Let me break this shit down emphatically. One gear means that Danny Garcia is flat-footed. Remember what Hino's Sport said in part 2. You fight like a younger man with nothing held back. Admirable, but too flat-footed. He is fucking flat-footed. You can't fight a guy like Errol the True Spence who moves north, south, east, west so phonetically, and then you turn around and be flat-footed. That means he's going to ring generalship the fuck out of you in the boxing ring. Now we have to look at what else Danny Garcia does that Errol the True Spence talked about when he said one gear. You got to understand, there's a high level of detail orientation that's associated behind that one terminology or the two-word terminology, one fucking gear. Danny Garcia, you know what's coming. Keith Thurman said this. Right hand, left hook, right hand, left hook, right hand, left hook. you know it's fucking coming. That's one gear. That means I could see what your ass is going to do a mile away. This is what Earl the True Spence is talking about when he says one fucking gear. And then we have to look at the last equation of what Earl the True Spence is talking about when he says one gear. Danny Garcia does not let his hands go. A fighter that has the work rate of an Earl the True Spence is going to systematically punish and stop Danny Garcia because of this. And you have to look at Danny Garcia's facial expression. When Earl the True Spence said this motherfucker got one gear, he was like this. Let me say it again. He was like this. That was a dude that was intimidated because he knows what's about to come to his ass. It's called he's getting bulldozed. It's called he's getting steamrolled. And to add more injury to insult, Shakur Stevenson said, man, Earl gonna smoke Danny, dog. Let me say it again. Earl gonna smoke Danny. Because Shakur Stevenson, you gotta take what he's saying seriously because he's a boxing extraordinaire. See, fighters, peer fighters, they understand when Earl the True Spence is on his shit, everybody else is right here, man. This is the distinction and the delineation. This is the gulf. This is the separation between a guy that's an actual real welterweight that's doing heavyweight lifting and everybody else that are just little fucking guppies. What you realize in that interview is that one person is not only speaking the right language, one person is actually looking like the right language. And the other person is just basically doing what he does. He's getting his fucking cherry pop, man. The bottom line is this. We have to look at Earl the True Spence and we have to look at Danny Garcia. We have to look at their resume. We have to look at common opponents. Lamont Peterson. Lamont Peterson beat the shit out of Danny Garcia. Earl the True Spence retired Lamont Peterson. Do you get the distinction here? Do you see the separation? Sean Porter, another common opponent. Danny Garcia's power is overrated at 147. So if Danny Garcia fanboys or DSG fanboys are going off of that calling card, this is the problem. Danny Garcia don't even have a puncher's chance. At least the fighter on the other side of the equation, when we think of boxing, we think of them having a puncher's chance. Danny Garcia doesn't even have that. So that means he has no fucking chance. But come November 21st, he's going to get his cherry what? In the damn ring, man. That interview was a telltale of things to come. One fighter is sure of himself. One fighter is eating, breathing, and living this boxing shit. Ready to fight. On fight shape at this critical point. And another fighter's telling you, oh, I'm a few weeks away. That means your ass ain't ready. That means your ass was sitting here thinking that you was going to get on some bullshit Tony Montana shit and you wasn't coming to dance. See, this is what people have to understand. Start putting respect on Earl the True Spence's name. This guy is back. He's focused. And we all know a focused EJ. Hey, woo! A focused Earl the True Spence is going to be on some ready for war. He going to be on that bulldozing and steamrolling fashion. Really, it all boils down to this, folks. Let's look at what Earl the True Spence is looking like, and let's look at what Danny Garcia is looking like. One fighter has all of the complete gears. The other fighter has one fucking gear. It's really that simple, folks. Come November 21st, Danny Garcia is going to get his cherry in the damn ring. This is He Knows the Sport. Checking out.